Hi everyone, konnichiwa, it's Ryu from Japan, and today I'm going to be doing a reaction video to 10 surprising facts about Malaysia, so please enjoy.
We are about to explore the beautiful and extraordinary country of Malaysia. So let's jump right in and learn 10 surprising and interesting facts about the country of Malaysia.
I've been there before.
Welcome back everybody to FTD Facts. My name is Leroy Kenton, and I'm really excited to add this episode to our 10 Facts episode series. We haven't spoken about Malaysia in a long time. I've seen several people request for us to do a video about Malaysia again, so here it is. Alright, so fact number 10. I'm always interested to know what names mean, so let's actually start there. The name Malaysia is believed to come from the word Melayu or Malay, and it's believed that that came from the Sungai Melayu River in Sumatra. And that river, its name is derived from the Dravidian or Tamil word Malay or hill. Moving on to the next fact, number 9. For many people that aren't familiar with the history of Malaysia, they're completely surprised to learn that Malaysia's official religion is Islam. Islam is practiced by the majority of the Malaysian population. Now, the Constitution of Malaysia says that all Malaysians are Muslims. It just declares that for everybody. Now, Malaysians are not allowed to change or abandon their faith at all, but on the other hand, Malaysia still has a lot of residents who are not Malay. So for non-Malays, for the most part, they follow other religions such as Taoism, Christianity, Buddhism, and Hinduism.
Oh my gosh,
but for those who are Malay nationals, you need to be Muslim based on the constitution. Now, the next thing to know about Malaysia is that it is part of the Malay archipelago. Now, what's that word mean anyways? Well, it's a big word. It pretty much means a group of islands. Now, the country of Malaysia itself has around 878 islands, and most of which, though, are still not inhabited. But either way, the collection of islands that make up Malaysia, it's a pretty beautiful sight to look at. Now, Borneo is the third largest island in the entire world after Greenland and New Guinea, and it's also the largest island in all of Asia. So 3 countries actually share the island of Borneo, and those countries are Brunei, Indonesia, and of course Malaysia. Now let's talk about the language in Malaysia. So there's a language, Bahasa Malay, also known as simply Malaysian. That's the official language of Malaysia. This, by the way, is different from the Malay language of Malayalam found in India, by the way. So a lot of people get those confused. Not the same language. Either way though, the official language of Malaysia, like I mentioned, is Malay or Malaysian or Bahasa Malay. So yeah, it does go by several different names, but the government sometimes refers to it as Malaysian. Also, the English language is widely used professionally and commercially, and also it's used in the superior courts. And the final thing I want to share about the Malaysian language is that it has borrowed from the Sanskrit, Tamil, Hindi, Persian, Portuguese, Dutch, and Chinese languages. It's also borrowed quite a bit from the Arabic language, and also more recently it's been borrowing from the English language. That has increased a lot, especially when it comes to many of the different scientific and technological terms being used in Malaysia. Let's now talk a little bit more about the government of Malaysia. Not many people know this, but Malaysia is actually considered to be a federal constitutional monarchy. And it has a ceremonial head of state, and that is a monarch who has a title of Yang di Pertuan Agong, which means paramount ruler. Now, when it comes to this paramount ruler, what happens is that he's elected from among 9 hereditary state rulers to serve for a 5-year term. And now the paramount ruler, that's the person that appoints a prime minister from among the members of the House of Representatives. And then from there, with the advice of the prime minister, the monarch then appoints the other ministers who make up the cabinet. Alright guys, so we reached halfway in this episode. We got a little bit of an inside look about Malaysia, how the country is structured, a little bit of the word meanings and the languages and all of that. But we still have 5 more facts to get through, but I do gotta mention before we get into those last 5 facts that we have a similar video that we did about the country of Indonesia. Now, it's also a beautiful country that's made up of over 17,000 islands. That is a lot. I have the link to that video below in the video description section. section. I'll also link to it in the card section of this episode. I highly recommend that one, especially if you're enjoying this episode so far on Malaysia. But either way though, if you've already seen that video or you're just simply not that interested in Indonesia, I'll link to a playlist that's filled with every single episode that we've made about countries of our world. So you can go through those videos to learn about your favorite countries. I also have the link to that below in the video description section, and I'll link to that in the card section of this episode as well. All right guys, so let's get into fact number 5 now. Malaysia is an extremely busy country when it comes to visitors. So check this out. It's estimated that more than 450,000 people cross the Malaysia-Singapore border every single day. And they cross by using the 2 land crossings across the Straits of Johor. Now this makes it one of the busiest land borders in the entire world. Next thing I want to share at fact number 4 is Malaysia also holds a pretty interesting world record. Now it's not what you would think it is though. It's kind of random, but it's reported that the largest roundabout in the entire world is located right in Malaysia. It's in Putrajaya, and the roundabout in Putrajaya is 3.5 kilometers in diameter, and that equals 2.7 miles. Now, although sources do say that Putrajaya has the world's largest roundabout, there is some dispute about this though, because some sources say that the Savannah, located in the port of Spain in Trinidad and Tobago, actually holds a title for having the world's largest roundabout. But either way, as it stands, for the most part, it's recognized that this roundabout in Malaysia is the biggest in the world. Now, I had to include this at fact number 3. Teh Tarik is Malaysia's national drink. Now, the term actually means pulled tea. All right, so what is this anyways? Well, it is a hot milk tea beverage, but it can also be served cold as well. Now, they say to effectively mix the flavors of the tea, you actually have to tarik, or pull, the tea between 2 pitchers repeatedly. Now, this is how the tea can stretch and blend together and generate foam. So once the Teh Tarik is boiled, it's then strained into a mug, and then the tea is poured from a height of about a meter, which is about 3 feet or so, into another mug. And then the process known as pulling is repeated several times until froth is formed over the tea. And the pulling process actually cools down the tea. But it's not just a delicious beverage that has an interesting process to froth it and cool it down, but also Teh Tarik competitions are an actual thing. They're organized all throughout Malaysia, and you can see people actually pulling tea in the most creative way possible, and they throw in some dance moves as well. This is an actual sporting competition, for real. Another thing to note about Malaysia is this. The country is made up of 2 main land masses. Now, there is what's known as Peninsular Malaysia, and it's also known as Malaya or West Malaysia, and it's the part of Malaysia that makes up the southern half of the Malay Peninsula and the surrounding islands. Now, its area is about 332,265 square kilometers, which is approximately 40% of the total area of entire country of Malaysia. Now, the other part of the country is known as Malaysian Borneo, or Sabah, or Sarawak and Labuan, or most commonly it's referred to as East Malaysia. Now, this is a part of Malaysia on the island of Borneo. Like I mentioned, it was the largest island in all of Asia. Now, the final thing I want to share in this episode when it comes to the country of Malaysia is this. Kuala Lumpur, also known as KL, is the capital of Malaysia.
I love this place.
The word Kuala Lumpur literally mean muddy confluence. And if you're not familiar, confluence is just a fancy term for the point where 2 rivers intersect. Kuala Lumpur is a metropolis, big, booming area, and it actually got its name because it was founded near the place where the rivers Klang and Gongbak intersect together. Now, Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia metropolitan area's population is about 8 million people. So with that said, that wraps up this episode about 10 surprising facts about Malaysia. Really hope you guys enjoyed this one. I know I had a great time researching and learning more about this country. A whole lot of fascinating facts. And I want to hear your thoughts and comments about anything that I shared in the episode. Leave those down below in the comments. We also take requests here on FTD Facts, so if you want to see a part 2 of this episode or any other videos that you want to see, let me know also down below. My social media links are below in the video description section as well, so you can follow me over there. And until next time, guys, stay awesome, stay educated, and I'll see you in the next one.
Woo! I like this video. Like, I love Malaysia and like the surprising facts about Malaysia. I got to know more about Malaysia. So like next time I go there, I know more and more lessons. So I'm really excited to go there again. Yes. So if you have more stuff you want to do to this channel, please let me know in the comment section below. Alright, so thanks for watching today. See you.